the Cincinnati Bengals are a dark horse team to take this thing in the AFC. You know, people have been talking about them more recently, and Joe Burrow more recently, since that over 400 or 500 yard passing game against the Ravens. And then they just beat the Kansas City Chiefs. This Cincinnati Bengals team can beat anybody. They can beat anybody. You know, in the beginning of the season, they started 3-0. A lot of people are like, oh, it's the Bengals. They're going to find a way to, maybe, kind of lose it. But you know what? They kind of did. You know, they had times where they looked like, oh, good old Bengals. Back to the Bengals. Now they're starting to put that behind them. They're starting to beat some really damn good teams, some really darn well coached teams. They beat the Steelers just fine this year, and they beat the Ravens just fine this year. They did lose to the Browns once, but, it happens. That happens to young teams. And this team is a young team. So, I'd like to welcome you guys to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And today, the topic is why the Cincinnati Bengals are dark horses. Or, Joe Burrow is a top 5 QB in the NFL as well. You could put those two topics in this video, but, I think it's a good combination for this video. If you enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on. And, wow. This Bengals team is really starting to put the pass behind them. Joe Burrow and Jamaar Chase have done so much to change this team. Not just offensively, but it also changes the way people, have to play offensively as well. You have to keep that offense off the field. Could you stop Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, Jamaar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, C.J. Uzomah? Now, the offensive line is the weak part of this team, in my opinion. The offensive line and the linebackers are the two weakest parts. But if you ask me, the offensive line has been okay. In the beginning of the season, they way overachieved, but they're still okay. They're still getting it done. And Joe Mixon is an amazing back who's going to make them look better. And Joe Burrow is an amazing quarterback who's going to make them look better. This offense alone is enough to scare any defense. I don't care if it's the number one defense in the league. I don't care if it's the Rams defense. I don't care whose defense it is. They're going to come in and they are going to score points. So you better be ready to score points as well if you're going to play the Bengals, no matter how good your defense is. And then you go to the defense side of things. They have a pretty damn good defense. Maybe not amazing, but it's good. It's good. Their run defense is actually very good. Their defensive line is solid. I'm gonna eat crap for this. I said that Trey Hendrickson was the worst free agent signing in the offseason last year. Boy, did he prove me wrong. He proved me wrong by a mile. He is one of the best edge rushers in the league, and he still is. I thought maybe he benefited off of that amazing scheme over there in the Saints and, and having a decent D-line and then a lot of attention not really being on him. But no, he is a dominant pass rusher. Dominant. And then, the corners, they don't have one insane corner, but they're all solid. JDW Owuzie has been, who has actually been a really darn good corner this year. You have Steven Nelson, I believe his name is, who used to play for the Steelers, who was on the Bengals, who has played very well. It's something Nelson. I believe it's Steven Nelson. And then you have Trey Waynes, who is a very fast corner and who is 6 foot and has been decent. And you go to the safety. Wow. The secondary is great. It's great. All 3 corner positions are solid, and the 2 safeties are A+. They're elite. You have Jesse Bates, who is elite on his own, and then you have Von Bell, who is an amazing run support safety. He could play pass coverage. Von Bell is amazing. This Bengals team was built right. This Bengals team was built to win this year. And many years to come. Coaching staff is very good. I'm really impressed with this Bengals team. And Joe Burrow is the heart and soul of this team. You see Joe Burrow, and he has the franchise quarterback attitude. He's confident. He's not scared of no challenge. He goes into every game thinking, they're going to whoop them. He's not scared of a challenge. He's going to go, and he's going to play his heart out. He's going to play the best he could, and he knows he could play. It's what you love about your franchise guy. You know, there's a difference in being cocky, but being like a good cocky. And that's Joe Burrow. Very, very, very good franchise quarterback. Very good quarterback. Top 5 right now, in my opinion. Top 5. I say you put Aaron at 1, whatever. Tampa, you know, you put Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. You could probably mismatch them at 2 and 3. You could swap them, whatever. You're not going to be wrong. You're not going to be wrong, however, you really ordered those 3. So, yeah, fair enough there. And then I would argue you put Joe Burrow at 4, you know, because who else is playing at as high as level as him? Lamar Jackson, you would maybe put him there. Dak Prescott, no. You know, Lamar Jackson's been hurt. He has been playing good anyways this season. He's had a good start to the season, but the injuries just end up catching up to this Ravens team. Dak Prescott has been in a rut. Kind of got out of it versus Washington and then kind of, you know, struggled again versus Arizona. But didn't really. It's just showing that he isn't consistent. Joe Burrow, he has had a time where he was inconsistent. But he bounced back. I didn't see Dak really bounce back yet. No, that's a lie because he really did against Washington. But I think you get what I mean. I still think Joe Burrow is more talented than Dak Prescott. I think he's more talented than... I think he's the most talented quarterback in the AFC North. I'm putting him over Lamar. If you ask me my AFC North quarterback rankings, I'm going to go Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Big Ben. Maybe you can mismatch Baker Mayfield and Big Ben because no, Big Ben is 4. Big Ben is 4. Point is, Bengals team is different. Is this the team that's gonna run the AFC North now? Because the Browns aren't looking good like normal. You know, they always find a way to screw things up. They have a good team. They have an amazing team on paper. They just can never put it together on the field. Last year they did. This year they couldn't. They're back to being all the Browns. They can't figure it out. The Ravens, they're just littered with injuries. Absolutely decimated with injuries. And the Steelers, where are they going to go? Big Ben's going to retire. They're going to draft a rookie, right? Rookies don't normally come out and perform amazingly. They take a while. The offensive line isn't very good over there. The defense is degrading. Their defense is declining. The weapons are inconsistent. Very good running back, but how far is a running back really going to get you in this league at times, unless you're Derrick Henry, maybe Jonathan Taylor. You know? So, this Bengals team is the real deal, man. Do not look at this team like I did 2 weeks ago. Colts fan, right? 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, if we play the Bengals, that's an easy win. No way. I do not want to play the Bengals. It's one team I do not want to play. I don't want to face the Bengals. I don't care who I am. I don't care who you are. You don't want to play the Bengals right now. They could put up 40 and they could keep you from scoring 30 or 25. Their defense is solid, and then they could run the ball if they're up. They could suffocate you. They could just let that clock tick if they're up a few scores, and they're going to limit your possessions. This offense could score however it wants. They could go down the field slow. They could go down the field fast, play action, no play action. It doesn't matter. This offense is elite. This offense is dynamic. One of the most dynamic in the league. If not, I would argue to take the Bengals offense over the Chiefs. Because the wide receivers are much more dynamic. Yeah, the Chiefs have him beat by far at tight end. But Uzma is still solid. But running back, Bengals got him beat by a mile. Wide receivers by a mile. Quarterback, You could, you'd probably still take Mahomes right now. But honestly, right now, I think Joe Burrow is playing better than Mahomes. Hot take there. But I think he is. Yeah. You guys let me know about this. Do you guys think that Joe Burrow can really, in this Cincinnati Bengals team, really make a run at the AFC in this thing? Do you think they can maybe make the Super Bowl? Do you think they're a dark horse to win the AFC? I think so. I think it's possible. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to go through either like the Patriots or, I actually think that that the Patriots may be a bad matchup for them. So if they play the Patriots, they may struggle. Any other team, I think they'd be perfectly fine against, honestly. The Colts, they're inconsistent. Their offense is inconsistent, and if Jonathan Taylor's not going, Carson Wentz has struggled. Colts defense is inconsistent at times. And then you go to the other teams, such as the Bills. They can't really run the ball. Their defense is good, but, they struggle to stop the run. And you go to whoever's going to make the last spot, whether the Colts even make it or not. If you have the Chargers are wildly inconsistent. The Raiders are a weird team. They're not an amazing team, but they're a solid team. They can run the ball. Offensive line isn't amazing. Derek Carr is good at times. Derek Carr can be inconsistent. He's not very good under pressure or in the red zone. I think they'd be able to beat the Chiefs again. I would take the hot hand over the Chiefs. I would take the Bengals over the Chiefs any day. Who else? Who else are winning the division? Titans. I think they may be able to beat the Titans. They may be able to score a lot and make, Ryan Tannehill have to throw, even though if Derrick Henry's back, keep that Bengals offense off the field. That would actually be a good matchup. I would actually be very excited to see that matchup. The Titans also have A.J. Brown, Julio coming back. I think that would be a fun matchup. I think that's really it, right? Yeah. So you guys let me know what you think. If you guys think they can win the AFC, who do you think they play along the way? Who do you think they beat? Who are the best matchups? What are the worst matchups for them? Not really bad matchups for them. There's like one bad matchup for them in my opinion. All the other matchups are pretty nice to them. They're not bad for the Bengals. So you guys let me know what you think. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on. Make sure you check out some of my other videos. I will be doing a lot of draft content soon. So if you Bengals fans want to see who I think the Bengals may draft or what some of their needs are, you guys go check that stuff out. I'll be coming out with it soon. So I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Later.